Okay, Super Tuesday morning. Welcome on board Sports Bang on this beautiful dial, Splash 105.5 FM. It's 9th day in the month of March, year 2021. Good morning to you, great people. And if it's in the afternoon or in the evening, wherever you're listening from, we'll say good day as well. We're broadcasting live this morning from the big city of Ibadan, capital of Oyo State, Nigeria. It is Splash 105.5 FM. Let's do this again. Sports Bang, 30 minutes. Making sure that you enjoy the exciting world of sports. My name is Tunde Olawuwo. This morning, it was all but confirmed yesterday that a new president for CAF, that is the Continental Football Governing Body right here in Africa, is going to be Patrice Motsepe. You know, somebody was telling me yesterday, how do we pronounce the name? Is it Moshepe or what? I said, okay, well, you better get used to it. Okay, but before we move on, yesterday was International Women's Day, even though we have to celebrate our women every single day. But somehow, Blessing was not on the show with us yesterday, at least in the morning. So she's right here this morning. And it's still in order to celebrate Blessing, basically using her as a point of contact to all other women doing this. She's the only one doing this at Splash FM, talking about, sports journalism at its best. And trust me, she works like there's no tomorrow. You know, it's been a huge pleasure having her. And Blessing, for
thank you for putting my son in. There are two blessings on Splash, so
Blessing for
doing sports.
I she did something. I don't know if you've seen the video. You know, on our page, on our Instagram page at Blessing for Well, on our Facebook as well, celebrating. I thought we had more than that definitely is not all that we have. Definitely
it is not. Good morning, Tunde. Good morning, City of Ibadan. It's great to be back here this Super Tuesday morning. That definitely isn't all the female journalists, sports journalists that we have in Oyo State. I figured if I decided to go all around, speak with everybody, I might be having a video that would span in about 15-20 minutes. I know that might be a bit difficult for people to want to watch, but I just felt to highlight the other women who are doing things in this state. I mean, some of whom we don't get to hear their voices, especially for someone like Yinka Bodiare, who's into photojournalism.
I was going to say something about Yinka Bodiare. Our video was actually the longest.
Yes, it was. It was.
She said something that she's been doing photojournalism
about 13 years.
13 years.
That struck me, really. It struck me. And, and she also highlighted things that she's done in the process. I mean, covered governors, covered presidents. I mean, it has taken her to places where she never would have thought that.
She's covered our marathon, too.
Yeah, yes, our marathon. Yes,
some of the best pictures you see of our marathon of our Nagilun to secondary school relay,
coming from her. So I don't know. I got the idea to celebrate other women as well, just like myself, who are doing very well in the world of sport. I reached out to many people, but for one reason or the other, I couldn't get everyone to drop videos. But the little that we had, we decided to make something out of it. So it's just celebrating women. We see the challenge. We see your efforts. We just continue to choose to challenge.
Okay, nice one. Blessing for
Thank you.
Feromi Adewega, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning to you today. Good morning to a wonderful listener. And of course, a special greetings to you, Blessing. Good morning.
And don't throw this morning.
No, I'm not trolling this
okay.
Morning. They found their level, so we don't have to troll. I mean, she's doing well, definitely. And of course, other women in the world of sports journalism as well, they're very much doing well. I tweeted something yesterday that, women is the world, women is the power. The progress of a woman is the progress of the society and the nation. So when we have that chance to be able to celebrate them, I think we should do that, very well. And that's what we are doing this morning. I mean, I think the celebration Sunday should be coming with a brown paper. I mean, what do you think?
Are you giving me a brown paper?
No, I'm talking to today.
This is give me a brown paper.
Exactly.
This is the integrity station.
Yeah, it's still about integrity. I mean, celebrating it's it's part of it.
Why must everything go brown when it comes to you guys?
Okay, you can use white.
Why white?
Tunde, take the keyword from that. Celebrate me. That's what it's saying. Like with some.
But I celebrate you every day.
Yeah, you do.
You can do it especially again.
Especially. Okay. I give up. And of course, there's this concept of ladies in sports that I love so much. I know Blessing has always been a part of that, where you bring, basically women who are involved in sports, whether as journalists or as players, athletes,
administrators
across a board. And we have them in good numbers. Of course, we can have way more than what we have right now. But for those who, the ones that are there now, they are representing well, and we can only hope that maybe very soon we have a woman as NFL president. It is not impossible.
It is not impossible.
Okay.
It is not. It is not. But have we got to that
we need
stage?
to break. We need to shatter this glass. That's what it means. The glass ceiling.
Indeed.
A woman managing the Super Eagles of Nigeria. These are some of the things that we should certainly aspire for.
Yeah. Indeed.
I'm not sure we've had a woman sport minister as well in Nigeria.
No, we haven't.
Sure.
We haven't. We've had men come handle the Super Falcons, and we've not had a woman coach the Super Eagles.
Blessing. You could give it a shot.
Okay, maybe I'm going for the post of the minister, sports minister.
I'm rooting for you. Okay, you can get on our Twitter page and of course our Facebook fan page as well, where we're streaming this morning. But we have something posted on our Twitter page this morning for Sports Bank. Okay, I'm trying to lay my hands on it as soon as I'm able to do that. Well, former United defender Gary Neville says Liverpool have gone beyond a deep in form to a total collapse. Is Liverpool in crisis? What are your thoughts? You need to look at, the last set of games they played. You see L, especially at home. What does that mean in football?
I mean, it is not West Brom, it is Liverpool, for crying out loud.
Not even Sheffield.
Man, it's
and it doesn't mean Lena. It actually means losing.
It's a hard one, really.
How do you go from being, an all-conquering defending champion of England to a team that is struggling right now?
As a matter of fact.
I'm not even sure if this team will be able to make the top four. Really? At the level they're going.
At the point, they're currently seated 8, just 5 points ahead of Arsenal, who are in 10th position. And many Liverpool fans will tell you significantly their season changed the moment Virgil van Dijk got injured. That's in that game against Everton from the first leg. But you also have to ask yourself, what's going on with the midfield? What's going on with the attack lineup? Where's the creativity in the midfield?
Because they're also not scoring.
They're not scoring goals. They're not
so it's not just about.
So it's not just about exactly. It's not just about the defense. What about the striking force? What has happened to Mane? What has happened to Salah? What has happened to Firmino?
What has happened to the manager? Jurgen Klopp.
I think that is where the question should be asked. What
because
has actually
people seem to be excusing the man because
Jurgen Klopp has shown
granted is a solid coach.
Actually, very, very stubborn, and is not ready to actually get creative, to actually be flexible in his games. I mean, you stuck with your 4-3-3.
You think there's a problem of creativity here?
Definitely. You stuck with your 4-3-3, knowing fully well that you don't have those necessary, soldiers that could actually, be able to dictate that particular tactics. You need to change things. I mean, I could remember the game.
But is this a tactical problem?
I think it is, because trust me, this is not only about the injuries.
What class players, regardless of tactics,
even after those injuries, these guys were still not really conceding goals. What they had problem with was actually scoring goals, and you could have actually fixed that by actually shaking things up in the middle of the park and even going
Maybe they
forward.
should have bought in January. Bought, 1 or 2 defenders.
Yes, reinforced the team. They did anyway. They brought in Kabak and one other guy. I can't remember his name. They did reinforce, but I do not think it's a tactical issue. It may be a psychological problem at this point, because you have to ask the manager, ask the team, what exactly is their head in at this point in time? Because it's hard to tell this is what is going on with them. It is not just about the defense, like I said. What happened to the strikers? Why are they not scoring goals? Why are you not creating? What's happened to the midfield? The force that you created from last season, is it the effect of the marathon they had last season? That is it a burnout? Is it a situation of burnout? And then during the summer transfer as well, how many players did they bring in? They brought in Thiago Alcantara, they brought in Diogo Jota. And that was just about it. I felt like they didn't really try to work on the squad. And it could also be maybe a bit of overconfidence at some point, because they've gone blazing from last season. The confidence is so high, morale is so high. But at this point, who is going to lift the team?
Is this the worst title defense we've seen in years?
Yes, I think it is.
I think it is, because
the only one I can remember was United in 2013. when Sir Alex Ferguson retired, a team of champions, struggling to finish seventh the following season.
Well, I think
this looks
at this point, this is
at that level.
Yeah. It's almost like that level. But I think this Liverpool one is worse for me because. Their run at home, exactly, and then the run at home as well. There's no transition, just like you said. It's still the same manager who has led them from last season, still there. The run at home has been very, very terrible, and there are games that you would never expect a team like
It wasn't terrible until sometimes around January, I think, when Burnley first defeated them at home.
I mean, and since then it's been terrible since December. The last time they actually won at home was actually in December 2020.
But I'm talking about losing at home.
Yeah, definitely losing at home. They've actually been losing at home since December, but
but then again, it's allowed. You can lose one game at home.
Of course, but consistently.
But then again, it never stopped.
Exactly. And one thing that we're actually looking at is that synergy between Mohamed Salah and, of course, Sadio Mane. That connection is looking like it has broken at this point in time. And I feel the manager should be doing something about that.
Okay, Jurgen Klopp should be watching his back. There's a certain Steven Gerrard, who is a club legend and has just won a title with Rangers. Sorry?
That would be a mistake.
You think it would be a mistake?
That would be a mistake from Liverpool.
Okay, so
I think they should learn. They should learn from Chelsea and Frank Lampard, learn from Arsenal, and
they can also learn from Pep and Barcelona. They can also learn from Zinedine Zidane and Real Madrid.
These are different people in terms of their abilities.
Yes, so you can never tell.
You can never tell.
And then the pressure. Were they under
you are using Lampard as an example of what not to do.
I'm even looking at Arteta as an example as well.
I'm different, definitely.
Arteta, I'm looking at Arteta as an example as well.
No, don't bring that
I'm not impressed.
Because if you look at it very well, we can't squarely blame it on Arteta, how Arsenal has been doing.
Definitely.
They've not really that club has not achieved real success in how many years? I'm not talking about, occasional FA Cups.
We all know that they are FA Cup merchants, but then talking about much more.
Okay, let's leave that a little bit. Maybe before the end of the program, we'll revisit this. In tennis, Novak Djokovic says it has taken a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to break Roger Federer's record of 310 weeks ranked as world number one. The 33-year-old Serb set the record on Monday for most weeks at number one in the 48-year history of the ATP rankings. Djokovic won his 18th Grand Slam singles title and his 9th Australian Open crown in Melbourne last month. Djokovic, whose longest continuous run at the top was 122 weeks between July 2014 and November 2016, paid tribute to the 39-year-old Federer, who is competing at this week's Qatar Open, his first tournament since the Australian Open in 2020. And moving on, the Special Assistant on Media to Sports Minister John Joshua Akonji says the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines that arrived the country last week is mandatory for athletes aspiring to take part at the National Sports Festival in Benin City and the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. About 4 million doses of the vaccines were delivered to Nigeria through the COVID-19 Vaccines Global Access Facility last week. Joshua Akonji said priority will be given to athletes who will be competing at the NSF and the Olympics. However, some Nigerian athletes have expressed reservations over the vaccines. You need to take the vaccines. Sprinter Ogo Ogene Eguero, who represented Nigeria at the London 2012 and Rio 2016 Olympic Games, said he was expecting a directive from the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, adding that he was weighing his options on whether to take the vaccine or not. Okay, you know what is at stake. So please be guided. Osun United have been banished to Ilorin for their Nigerian National League fixtures and fined 300,000 naira by the league organizers after the club flouted COVID-19 protocols in their match day 4 tie against Vandreza FC on March 6 at the Osogbo City Stadium. Videos showed large number of spectators at the match venue despite the closed door directive by the league body in accordance with the guidelines by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 Health Ministry and the Nigerian Football Federation. According to the NNL, the Osun State FA also enforced gate takings while fans prevented match officials from going into the dressing room at halftime. Home side Osun United fans also seized the cables of the visiting team's video crew. The league body added Osun United were also there to replace the damaged equipment of the visitors, while the state FA was instructed to produce violent supporters captured in the evidence video within 7 days, as well as return the gate takings to the league organizers. The Osogbo-based club have 48 hours to appeal the decision through the disciplinary committee of the Nigerian Football Federation. Okay, interesting twist that we're getting. Meanwhile, Patrice Motsepe will become the president of the Confederation of African Football later this week after Ahmad Ahmad's 5-year ban was reduced to 2 years by the Court of Arbitration for Sports on Monday, meaning that basically the coast is clear for the South African billionaire. He's the 9th richest man in Africa. His value is estimated at around $2.9 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion, yes. But I'm wondering what sort of politics we're playing here in Africa.
Okay.
Why did we get to this stage only for all of the other contestants to pull out
draw, yeah?
at the 9th hour? Why?
But it happens in football. As the closer you get to the election, the more realistic and pragmatic you become about your chances.
I hope we won't be having a repeat of Ahmad Ahmad at this point.
A repeat of Ahmad Ahmad?
Yes.
What do you mean?
In terms of performance, because it was also pushed there, they were all just to replace Issa Hayatou.
This is the way it's always going to be for everybody.
I wouldn't say
he's
he's actually pushed. I understand where you're coming from. That why should everyone just withdraw and say that they are no longer interested in the night? I mean, fine, I understand that, but the fact that at first he actually showed the interest that I want to go for this. So probably he played his own politics very, very well, and that is why he has actually gotten.
Let's not forget that
this point in time.
This is politics.
Definitely, pure politics.
Whether it's football or in other sectors.
But to say it might actually end in the way of Ahmad Ahmad is actually left to be seen. We never can say. We can't actually determine that. We just have to wait and see what happens.
10-point agenda is out there for everyone to see.
Definitely.
We'll be judging him on that.
Of course.
Yes, very important. 10 points. CAF have announced the last-minute cancellation of the prestigious youth tournament only 5 days before it was due to begin. The Under-17 African Cup of Nations has been cancelled by the Confederation of African Football only 5 days before the tournament was set to kick off amid ongoing concerns about the coronavirus pandemic in host country Morocco and beyond. Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda, Tanzania and Cameroon among some of the sides set to miss out on the prestigious tournament for Africa's brightest young talent. Meanwhile, Nigeria will not win the 2021 African Cup of Nations even if they clinch qualification later this month. Who is speaking? Former DR Congo captain Gabriel Zekwani. The 3-time African champions are currently top of Group L, where all the teams, which include Benin, Sierra Leone and Lesotho, can still qualify for January's finals in Cameroon. At this moment, he said, I don't quite feel they are ready because champions will not give away 4 goals, so I don't expect them to win. I feel like it has come too soon for them to win it. It's time for them to just be there, compete, and then push on again. You're talking about Nigeria here. Yeah. Okay, well, let's wait to see. Liverpool were beaten 1-0 by Fulham on Sunday, registering their 6th successive defeat at Anfield in the Premier League. They've slipped to 8th on the table, about to discover Arsenal, who are in 10th position. Former Man United defender Gary Neville, describing their recent drop in form, says it is bizarre. Neville says they have gone beyond a dip in form to total collapse. I'm sure it must be smiling within.
As a Manchester United fan, yes, I know.
Okay, yesterday we had some games in the English Premier League. Chelsea defeated Everton. I'll say Champions League place chasing Chelsea. 1-2-0 against Everton, while West Ham also in the same boat as Chelsea, making that unlikely, but now looking, realistic move of getting into the Champions League. They defeated Leeds United 2-0. Also in Spain, Real Betis defeated Alaves 3-2, while Inter Milan, the table toppers, would look like good for our money right now in terms of the Italian Serie A, also had a 1-0 victory against Atalanta.
A goal first.
Yeah. Let's take a break to catch up with the BBC Premier League updates on the program Sports Bang. Enjoy, and we'll be back in a moment.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, I'm Al Ross at BBC Sport, and Chelsea scored a goal in either half to see off top 4 rivals Everton by 2-0. With 10 league games of the season left, Chelsea remain 4th and in the last Champions League qualifying spot, just 3 points behind third place Leicester and 4 adrift of Manchester United in second. Thomas Tuchel remains unbeaten as Chelsea manager.
I think we controlled the match completely over both halves. We created a lot of chances in the second half, had many counterattacks, had many ball wins in aggressive areas, and was a very, very good performance overall. Very strong second half and well-deserved win.
West Ham remain within 2 points of Chelsea and have gone above Everton into fifth after their 2-0 win over Leeds in the late game. The former Chelsea and England striker Chris Sutton was part of the BBC's commentary team.
David Moyes has a really reliable set of players, and I mentioned what we would call so-called flair players. The likes of Jesse Lingard, Ben Rama, Fornals out of possession. They work so hard. They work so hard, and that's a testament to the way that they are coached. They weren't at the best tonight, but they have that threat. And another huge 3 points. Nobody could have. It's a strange season. Nobody could have seen West Ham performing like this season.
But West Ham forward Jesse Lingard said he felt the team started slowly, weren't confident on the ball, and have to do better if they want to finish in the top four this season. And for more football news from the BBC, go to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Okay, there you listen to the BBC Premier League update. Welcome back on Sports Bang. Quickly from the Champions League, Andre Agnelli, president of Juventus and chairman of the European Club Association, has said an agreement on the new look Champions League structure is close to being complete and should be sealed in the next 2 weeks. UEFA has proposed a major change to the Champions League from 2024 with 36 rather than 32 teams and an overhaul of the group stage into a single table rather than the current groups of 4 clubs. While there has been criticism of some elements of the plan from the European League's organization, which represent the continent's domestic competitions, Agnelli believes the deal is virtually done. Well, in the round of 16, Borussia Dortmund will be against Sevilla. Remember, as it stands right now, it's 3-2 in favor of Borussia Dortmund. And FC Porto, they're taking a 2-1 advantage into their second leg against Juventus. Cristiano Ronaldo's Juventus.
And I think it will be shocking, really, if the old ladies don't get something out of this.
Well, the name old lady, I don't know.
These are the kind of...
And the guys are indeed old.
Yeah, definitely. These are the kind of
Maybe
games...
they should change that.
These are the kind of games Cristiano Ronaldo loves playing. All those comebacks. I won't be surprised, getting an hat-trick.
If he's the decider.
He is the decider. But then I think, they have to be very careful. Porto will also be coming into this game knowing fully well that a lot of pundits will be thinking that they would actually crash out. But hey, I think they'll be coming with
and the moment they get
big minded. And the moment they get a goal, it's going to be much more difficult for Juventus.
Okay. On the CAF presidency, I have this comment from our own Ayobami Animasha. I just want to take it. It said the biggest fear is how we have allowed FIFA to play a key role in the emergence of new CAF president. It's as good as Infantino imposing him on us. We can now expect a quick alignment to FIFA suggestions and calendar at the expense of the peculiarity of our football. It was the same with Ahmad's emergence. Infantino of FIFA more or less pushed Issa Hayatou.
It wasn't
out.
just Infantino. People wanted Issa Hayatou out. It's been there since
we wanted him out.
1981.
So it was. We didn't have a problem when FIFA showed their hands that they also wanted him out. Yeah. But now, we can't blame FIFA. Blame it on Ahmad. I mean, who does that? Spending our money basically
on the pilgrimage.
Definitely.
Yeah, and
people need to get sense.
If you don't have,
if you continue to do that, then these guys they will run rough shoulders over you.
If you don't have a proper structure and system, people who does will come and take over.
We need to go now. Thank you so much, Fermi Adeboyega.
Always a pleasure to be here today.
Okay, Bukayo Saka to Nigeria. I'm English. Says England has invested in me. Hopes Nigerians would understand.
Well, Saka sounds like a name from Oyo State.
Do you understand?
Yes, I do understand.
You understand his position?
I understand his position.
So no hard feelings?
No hard feelings, no.
Thank you so much. We'll leave on that note.
Thanks for having me.
Do have a lovely Tuesday. My name is Tunde Olawuwo. Bye-bye.
Here is
105.5.
Accessing